did annoy me last night because you asked me about 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, like, what are you going to do about not having a show reel? I was like,
what are you going to do? Give us the answer.
Hi, I'm Edie, and I've literally just started at Ralph like 2 days ago. Ben, who normally does this intro, is off with flu, and in the editorial meeting, it was like, who's going to do the voiceover? And everyone looked at me. So here goes. This week's What Do You Want to Talk About is with Linus, Karp and Joseph Martin, whose critically acclaimed show, Gwyneth Goes Skiing, has had sold-out runs in London, Edinburgh and Utah, and its next stop is New York. Anyway, I'm off home now. Enjoy!
Hello, I'm Ben. This is Linus and Joseph.
Hello.
hi.
This is What Do You Want to Talk About? What do you want to talk about?
We want to talk about weddings, getting married.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you two, famously I was going to say, it's famous to me.
I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Ergo, the whole world.
Yep.
Got married on stage at Fringe.
We did.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me about how it came about, the experience of the day.
Your ADHD brain, I think, is what brought it about,
Probably,
right?
like most of our things we do.
Yeah.
We actually just got married this week, a week
A week
ago
ago today, as we filmed, we had a second wedding.
For like a small...
Second wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like second breakfast. It's
Yeah.
like equally
Yeah.
important, yeah.
And this one was planned for a bit longer. Like it was, friends and family. It was quite small, and I mean, I want to say low key. Nothing's really low key, but
Low-key for us,
Yeah.
I think.
I've seen the pictures. It simply was not low-key.
Okay, it wasn't quite as high key as the Edinburgh version.
No,
We'll
sure.
put it that way.
and like we did things quite cheap and just relied on a lot of our creative friends to provide various things
If
for
you're
it.
going to get married, have creative friends.
Yeah.
You can ask them to do things for very little money.
Yeah.
Not us, don't ask us.
Before that, we wanted our friend to officiate that because she's amazing.
We had to do the legal bit first.
Exactly.
And we've been looking at doing that in London where we live, and because we wanted to do it like as cheaply as possible. So like I spent like, oh my God, like 45 minutes on the phone to the council being like, we literally want the one where we walk in, sign the paper and leave. It wasn't horrendously expensive, but it was like the first Tuesday of every month at 9 a.m. and on a full moon, and you can only book 3 years in advance. And what, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
it
kind
was
of
like
shit.
ridiculous. We've been touring all through the year, really. So we're so rarely in London, we couldn't really find a date that matched because they were booked up for like 14 years in advance. So we're like, well, why don't we do it? We don't have to get legally married in
London.
In
We
London.
do it anywhere.
So why don't we do it in Edinburgh? Because we're going to be there for all of August for the Fringe. And then,
It kind of spiraled.
yeah,
Because we
then we said like,
I was going to say, knowing the end of the story.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is,
So-
before you explain this, I think it's important to say that a lot of people will have sort of like silly, stupid, crazy ideas. Or be like, wouldn't it be funny if? And then, quite rightly, they move on and they
Yeah.
don't do that thing.
We don't tend to do that.
We will, like, in the space of an hour or 2 hours, we'll come up with a stupid concept, and then by the end of that, it's planned and it's happening. And then we sort of go, oh,
because we had like, what if we could do it on stage? I think
council
you
and
ran
stuff.
the Edinburgh Council first, and they were like, oh, I think that could happen.
Because the
We
law is
know-
different in Scotland. You don't have to be in a registered venue like you do in England. So as long as whoever kind of owns the place you're in says yes, you can do it anywhere.
Wow.
Which is sick. So
That's-
yeah, we called them. They were
That's
like,
information
because
that
we
I
wanted,
needed.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to do it with a paying audience, which is stupid because it's part of the French program.
We rang Pleasance, and they were
said
much
yes.
like, yeah,
They had
sure.
to feel like the council were a little bit like, oh, we need to check if it's legal because of a paying audience, blah 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 blah. But then they're like, it's fine.
As long as we had like witnesses there as well who
Yeah, all
didn't
the stuff
pay.
that made it legal. Yes,
So,
yeah, our sisters did not pay for tickets, and they were our witnesses.
That
Our
was-
families did not pay.
That
for
was one of my questions. Is were there comps?
Yeah.
Did you
tickets.
make?
quite a few comps.
We did get quite a few, because I was like, at Fringe, you get all of these like industry people up there, and a lot of them will request industry comps, which frankly, just buy your own tickets. But we got like quite a lot of industry requests for our wedding, where like, programmers from like regional theatres want to come to our wedding. We're like,
For free.
we're not looking to get this program.
This is kind of a one-time only
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to do a wedding tour. I mean, it would be quite fun, but no.
Yeah.
So we made all the phone calls and all that kind of stuff, and it kind of spiraled. And as far as we know, we're the first people to get legally married on stage at the Fringe to a paying audience, and that helped pay for a very small part of the wedding that we had last week.
You mentioned you two as a couple, kind of on top of each other in. Oh, anyway, it's not that kind of show.
Fine, but not after 11 years of being together.
But you work together as a couple. How do you navigate that?
Because we work together all the time, we live together, we are married, we run a company together. But like we were also together for 3 years before we started working together, and that I think helps matters because then you've established yourself like as a couple, as a romantic couple, and then working together it's obviously intrinsically linked, but you have that separation as well. And
I see you as my colleague first,
yes,
husband second.
and he's mostly good at knowing when to not talk about work. You did annoy me last night because you asked me about 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, like just as I was falling asleep, like, what are you going to do about not having a show reel? I was like, what are you going to
give us the answer?
no, but get one, I guess. But like, what the
Yeah, I mean, I think evening's the best time. Like, that's when my brain's working. I get all the ideas, and that's where I need to be working. And
I think that's part of it, is understanding each other's limits and when each other works best. Like, he works best in the evening, I don't work best. The one rule, like hard and fast rule that I have instigated and we do religiously stick to, is that we do not talk anything else until we've said good morning.
That's nice.
Which is such a stupid basic thing.
No, but it's...
Then I'm like, okay, we've had a moment together.
Yeah.
And now you can talk to me about work.
We've edged ourselves on work
As
for a
you would.
while.
Yeah.
So should we dive into the whole... I don't know where I was going. I don't know
Edge yourself, so
Yeah,
let's
we've
dive
edged
into
and
the
let's
hole.
dive into the whole
Right.
Yeah.
of the work that you do together as Awkward Productions.
Yes.
So, do you want to explain? I was just about to explain it to you, then I realised that's you do
Please
that.
do,
No,
though.
yeah,
I would
yeah,
love to
go
hear
on.
your explanation of it.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I don't know.
Set myself up there.
Yeah, go on.
Right. So you have been labelled as harbingers of queer chaos, and I feel like that is probably pretty true.
Okay.
Pretty accurate.
Thanks.
Oh.
Did we come up with that?
You've made lots of pieces of theatre
Yeah,
which
yeah.
have really utilised, should we say, women.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I
That's-
could work with that. That was the first draft of our company name, but it was
Two women.
French company's house.
Two sisters.
Hi,
already
and welcome
been-
back to women.
Yeah.
It's like loose women, but after
Oh my
the
God,
watershed.
yeah.
It's just like Loose Women then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a show about Gwyneth Paltrow's iconic,
We did.
incredible
Yeah.
ski accident trial.
Mm.
Talk me through how we got there.
I mean, we were watching, obviously, like, the trial unfold, like, mainly on Twitter at the time, I think. It's like, you know, all the memes, all the quotes coming out of it. It was so fun. And I think it's so rare, especially, I mean, these days, to get a news story that's actually just really enjoyable. And where the stakes are so low. Like, she lost half a day of skiing. Like, the guy said he was a bit injured, but like, compared to everything else going on, it was so insignificant.
Yeah.
It's rare to have something that inconsequential.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
And-
Like,
Yeah.
nothing matters in this case.
Like, this glamorous Hollywood star showed up in this Utah court in, like, amazing outfits and just, like, you know, sat there and were like, are you good friends with Taylor Swift? No. And, like, I lost half a day of skiing and then whispering, I wish you well as she left, which is just so fun.
Mother.
And we were just like, this is theatre. And I remember, like, towards the end of the trial of those days, I was to Joe like, but imagine a Fringe show called Gwyneth Goes Skiing.
And I went, yeah. Well, I don't think people are going to stick with this. Like, it's fun at the time, but Twitter moves so fast, like, no one's going to remember this trial. I just don't think it's important enough.
And then the trial happened, and we were sort of like, we kind of have to do a show around this.
Yeah. Like, it got nice, healthy coverage in the theatre blogs, etc. Like, we were very happy with how it all went. And we were in the middle of touring our Princess Diana show.
We were in Corsham with the final
Final night of the tour.
date of the tour.
The next morning, I'm sat in the living room of this Airbnb before we check out. It's got very low ceilings and like wooden beams and stuff. Linus walks into the living room and full pelt whacks his head on the door frame. So
For the fourth time. And it was really painful.
he's on the floor like this, like not moving. And I went, okay, well, I've got something that'll make you feel better. Variety want to write about the Gwyneth show. Like, how fun is that?
You're like,
Isn't that really silly?
what?
Because it
Variety?
had a little column in the Sunday
Times,
Times,
yeah.
I think, which had then been picked up by Variety. So we sent that to our PR and we were like, cool. Like, that's really fun. And then we were like, well, we're going to sleep. We'll sleep on the way on the train back to London, like, you know, whatever. Kind of didn't think much of it. In that 15-minute walk to the station, I think it was Discussing Film or one of those equivalent Twitter
Yeah, they were
accounts
Discussing
with,
Film
like,
tweeted about it.
tweeted about there's going to be a
Deadline.
musical based on the thing, and we're like, oh, well, this is like, oh, they have 1.5 million followers. This is quite big. Then Deadline
did
picked up.
it, and then then it just snowballed. Like, it was like in New York Times, TMZ discussed it on air, which was like
In like
so
one
ridiculous.
of the videos where they're sat around the office being like, did you know the Gwyneth Paltrow ski trial is getting the musical treatment? Like, who's going to play Gwyneth? What are the songs going to
Oh
be
yeah,
called?
and people
You're
kept saying online, they'd be like, "Oh, I hope Jane Krakowski plays Gwyneth," and I was like, "Oh
Me
yeah,
too.
me too."
Me too, bitch.
Was it? It was one of the
Jane, call us, please.
I think it was like the Express or something.
Yeah,
ran a
The
piece where it would
Express.
be like, "You'll never guess who's playing Gwyneth." It's like, I don't think you will. But,
A Swedish man. Like, then you won't guess. And the show kept growing. So our first December run was super fun. It was only ever meant to be a small little Christmas show. And then we were like, we'll touch base afterwards and be like, do we want to do something more with this? that Christmas run sells out, so they asked us to come back again in February. Was it?
January,
January,
February,
Leland,
which is also when we added Trixie
I was going
Mattel
to say,
into the
Leland,
show.
who was our composer, got us Trixie Mattel for a video cameo as Blythe Dana, Gwyneth's mom.
Which is-
Obviously,
yeah.
the role she was born to play. Shout out Trixie.
It's just
It's nuts.
The whole thing is preposterous.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful.
And
then
we
we
got
added-
to go to Utah, like a theatre in Utah got in touch, like in Park City where both the collision and the trial took place. We went to the actual slope, we went to the courtroom, people who were involved in the trial came to see it. So Gwyneth's lawyers from the trial came to see it. They're wonderful.
Yep, Terry's lawyers came to see it. She
Yeah.
was also so
She's
fun.
so
Hi,
great.
Kristen,
And, like,
we love you so
chatting through
much.
her with, like, about how the experience, and they were also like wonderful and generous with their time. There were times we had like, you know,
People on
Gwyneth's
stage.
lawyer actually involved in the show, Tammy's lawyer involved in the show. We had like people who were witnesses and jury members and stuff came to the show. We talked to them about the experience. Like, it was so like magical. It was just like, I can't believe this is happening.
And then we added Darren, Chris, and Kat Cohen as singing voices. Like, it just kept going more and more
And
ridiculous.
now we're going to New York with it.
This is what I was going to say. You're going to New York. Has Gwyneth seen it?
No, we know she knows about it. She was profiled for a magazine, and they asked her about it, and she said, "I try not to engage with that sort of stuff." Yeah, thank you. That'll do. Thanks, babe.
I mean, Gwyneth is obviously self-aware and has a good sense of humor, and we've had people who's worked with her who'd messaged Leland who were like, I think Gwyneth would love this.
Where can people see Gwyneth?
Yes.
And also, where can people? You've got Footprints, so give me like a 1 minute what Footprints is and where people can see that.
I'll do the Footprints. The Footprints, who get switched on the square in the Frosty Castle the night before insert public holiday here, is a celebration and send off of silly Netflix Hallmark holiday movies, and it's silly and camp and queer, and we're doing it at the King's Head from December 2nd to January 3rd.
We've
just
got
had a month at the
unreal
Fringe.
puppetry.
Puppetry, thank you very much from me.
Yeah,
Yes,
mainly
unreal
from him.
puppets from Hugh, who made
We have a lot of video
puppets.
appearances from, I mean, Leland's writing the music again, and I think the music, we've got like this ABBA celebration spoof thing, because the entire show is set in Swedonia, which is a fictional country, which may or may not be inspired.
It's a fictional
Just in case
country.
you don't know, it's a fictional country.
Yeah.
Oh,
May or may not be inspired by my native
So
Sweden.
we may go to a Barb concert. Tuvalu plays the Prime Minister
Oh,
of Swedonia video
I
cameo.
love it so much.
Sebastian Croft is in it from a video cameo. Malta Gordinger, Jeremy McLean, Kate Butch. So many people. Like, it's
Amazing
really
people.
stupid,
It's-
very silly. And it's on at the King's Head for all of December, and you should go and see it.
Vogue called it one of the standout shows at the Fringe, and like, who knew that Vogue would write about Edinburgh Fringe?
And then Gwyneth in New York.
Yeah, so Gwyneth is at Soho Playhouse in New York from the 8th of October to the 16th of November.
And that has Trixie Mattel, Darren Criss, and Kat Cohen's making virtual appearances, and it's all very
And-
silly.
Yeah.
And we're in it. We're in all of
Yeah,
it.
we are.
So if you've
You're
tolerated us
missing.
this far, you might as well go. We're married. We'll
Exactly.
talk about getting married again.